Anthony has promised that he's going to deliver this season for United. Let us know. Let me know. Do you think United will be better off making this adjustment and these changes going into the season? In league games, what is your expectation? Almost impossible to have a steady performance with a team like this. There is no philosophy, there is no style. You could see that Kobe Meno, and the United need to be very careful with Kobe Meno. Yeah. So City look very vulnerable defensively in terms of pace. And I don't know. I know that City always. Classic TV back again, back to our studios. The league is about to start. Of course, traditionally before the English Premier League starts, a week to that, we always have the Charity Shield again between the FA Cup winners and the league winners in the previous season. And Manchester United and Manchester City have been involved in this in the past 5 seasons, past 4 seasons. Of course, they won 4 times in a row. And usually Pep Guardiola doesn't really take, I'm not going to say doesn't take it serious, doesn't want to win it, but he always messes around with the team selection. And we also know that Man City usually are not always ready and up to it at the beginning of the season, knowing that most of their players are, of course, their first-team players always are involved in international tournaments at the off-season. And I think this affects them as well. And Pep also uses some of the games like the Charity Shield and the pre-season to give a tryout for his young players, and most of the time, 1 or 2 of them, or 3 of them are promoted to the first team. This is exactly what we saw again today. And to be honest, this was not a quality game between 2 giants of football in the EPL, though you had patches of it every now and then. Manchester City had this one on United on the throat for the first 20-25 minutes. Toward the end of the first half, United came to it and they were the better team through the large chunks of the game from there on. This one had series of missed chances, and there are so many talking points to this one that we are going to look at right quick. But before we do so, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to this channel. Don't forget to subscribe because we're going to have loads and loads of content for you. This new season starts next weekend. Don't miss anything. Hit the notification button and make sure that you are interacting in the comment section. There's going to be, let us know in the comment section what you agree with and what you don't agree with. Do you think these 2 teams did well in the? What's your opinion about how the game panned out in this one? So, like I said, this game, there are so many talking points from missing chances to the quality of the game. And of course, Manchester United, we know what the fans went through in terms of supporting this team, the way they performed, and how they have carried that or not into this new season, considering how they performed in the preseason as well. This one ended 1-1. United took the lead. You would have thought that from then, 10 minutes to the end of the game, having scored about 10 minutes to the end of the game, 5 minutes to the end of the game, they would have won, tried and found a way to, hold it there and run away as winners on this, do a double over Manchester City. They won the FA Cup against City the last game of the season last year. But somehow the birthday boy Bernardo Silva came up at the biggest moment of the game and got the equalizer. And which meant that this one went into penalties after 90 minutes and 5 minutes of the stoppage period. And the first 5 guaranteed penalties, both teams scored 4 goals and lost 1 each. And in the sudden death, obviously, Manchester City won after Johnny Evans, one of the most experienced players in the squad, lost his penalty, and Mof Akonji converted his, and City took the Charity Shield for the first time in the last 5 seasons. The past 4 editions, they lost to Arsenal twice, and I think Liverpool and the Chelsea in one of them as well. So yeah, let's go how this one panned out. Pep Guardiola gave a run out to most of his young players. I think there were 5 of them. Bob, you have Nico Williams, I forgot this other guy in the middle, About four of them started the game, and City, the first 20 minutes, like I said earlier on, we are on top of it. Missed a lot of chances. Then after that, Manchester United, took over. We are a little bit better among the two, but this was one of the drabbest games that you watch between two big teams in England. It was just not, there was no much quality in this side. City, of course, we know we are missing a lot of their first team players. Again, this game highlights the importance of Rodri to Manchester City. Not having in that midfield today made the City midfield look very ordinary. Of course, you also know that KDB was not in this one and came in about, I think it was 5 minutes to go. And once he came onto the pitch, you could see the phase of transition for City, went steps up, and he tried to create immediately for his team. And he didn't really have much time. And of course, they still got their equalizer. Another talking point, I want to talk about Doku. A lot of people make noise about Doku. I don't think Doku is going to be that player that will make a difference for City. Obviously, he has the ability to take one-on-one defenders, but his end product is nowhere something to write home about. There's hardly anybody at the end of his crosses. I don't think Doku is going to be by the end of next season. He might not be in Manchester City. You know how Pep does. Once you're not trainable, once you're not improving, he lets you go. On the contrary, he saw Sevilla when he came in, a new signing for City. You could see that it's going to be a worry for a lot of the defenses in the league this season. He had a very good game and shown the few minutes that he was on the pitch, moved things, and even the player that City got. If you watch very well, what they call pre-assist. He had a very good movement, released the ball to Bob, who on his weaker foot did the cross that the Silva latched on to get the equalizer. So Sevilla, for me, is going to be a more important player for City than Doku. Doku has all the movement in the world, has all the activity, but there is no end product to it. Another thing to look at in City today was, let me just take the goal that Garnacho scored. Without Kyle Walker, that City defense looks very vulnerable, or Aki, because of lack of pace. So many times United got in behind the City defense, but of course finishing was let them down. Rashford had 2 chances or 3 chances missed, and Bruno Fernandes as well missed one. Very, very uncharacteristic of him that he would have converted later on in the game. So City looked very vulnerable defensively in terms of pace, and I don't know. I know that City always has these problems at the beginning of the season, but it begins to look more like they are carrying on from where they started last season, hardly keep clean sheets and struggling defensively. I don't know how that is going to impact their game going into the next season. On the other hand, Manchester United, if I am a Manchester United fan, I am going to be very, very worried. You begin to look at the management of the club and wasting their time still returning Eric Ten Hag. I don't think there's going to be anything new from what we saw last season. You can argue that a lot of these players are not going to be there next season. United just confirmed the signing of 2 players, Masarawi and Delay from Bayern Munich. But what I saw today is still worrying for me as a rival fan looking in from outside. United don't look anywhere. There's no playing style or playing philosophy. It looks like they're going to still have exactly the same thing that we had last season. Try to do a kind of smash and grab, and you can do that in cup games. But in league games, it's almost impossible to have a steady performance with a team like this. There is no philosophy, there is no style. You could see that Kobe Meno, and the United need to be very careful with Kobe Meno. I didn't expect him to start in this game. That let them not burn the young man out and try to, like I've been saying since last week, create a good environment for this young man to flourish. It's looking like he was just not himself today in this game. And Obviously, you could see the reason why he was subbed out. Another player I'm going to talk about is Rashford. Rashford needs to leave Manchester United. I think it's time for these two, the two of them, to cut ties and try themselves with different people and different environment. Rashford today got in behind 3 times, and 3 times he spoiled the chances, and that was just about it for him. There wasn't really much. You couldn't see Rashford in the game today against a team, a Manchester City team that we are close to what they should be. So I think Rashford, uh, for me, I believe he should look elsewhere. It's time to let Rashford go. If Manchester United gets a good offer for him this summer, I think they should let Rashford go and rebuild this squad, this team. But the problem is, I don't trust Eric Ten Hag to give him or to spend money, bring new players under Eric Ten Hag. I don't think he's the right manager for Manchester United. If they are serious, considering what they have done at the leadership level and or otherwise, I don't think Eric Ten Hag is the manager to carry the new face of Manchester United. He has not shown me anything to support him to be confident that with the right players he's going to do anything different. I don't think so. For me, it's a complete waste of time to continue to keep Eric Ten Hag as the manager of Manchester United. There is nothing good that's going to come out from this if you are a United fan or a leader in Manchester United. Yes, like I said, this wasn't an interesting game to watch. It wasn't interesting in any way. I didn't enjoy it. There were, yeah, of course, patches of good performances here and individual performances here and there. There are players in both sides that can hold their head high. Garnacho, again, coming up to do what he normally does for Manchester United against big teams, and got his goal. And one would have thought that he has won it for United, but of course the team let him down, the coaches let him down, and the tide turned on his head as City ran away with the trophy at the end of the day, at the end of the penalty. Sevilla on the other side for City showed flashes of what we're going to see from him going to the next season. And a few of the City young players, Nico Williams, of course, Nico Lewis continued again to show why he has been part of the first team. And of course, Bob did bits as well. So yeah, he was just, many call it a friendly, but still, I mean, the fans that travel all the way to Wembley today, I don't think they got real value for their money. The quality was not there. But of course, a trophy has been won, and we look forward to the season starting next week. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel if you have not done so, and most importantly, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think, I know this person has been, in fact, it sounds like a broken record now. Eric Ten Hag, should he continue to be trusted with these new signings, or United should quickly start looking for alternative? Again, as a United fan, should Rashford be let go this time, or you feel with better quality and with playing coaches like Van Nistelrooy coming in now, or should Rashford be given one more year to see how he performs before he's let go? Maybe Sancho as well. These two players, I think, should cut out United quickly. And this is not a dig on Rashford. It's just that it looks like his time here is done. I think if he goes out, just like Arsenal did with Smith Rowe, United should do the same thing with Rashford. Let him go try elsewhere and also create space for United to also, because Garnacho can play from that wing. It's because of Rashford that he plays on the right. He can play from the left side. So let's see what's going to happen. The new players coming in. Anthony has promised that he's going to deliver this season for United. Let us know. Let me know. Do you think United will be better off making this adjustment and these changes going into the season? And what is your expectation for United with the new signings coming in? What's your expectation of the side this season? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you again next time. Ciao.